The year is 1999. 7-year-old me has gone with my mother to McFrugal's. Yeah, how many of you remember that shit? Well, nowadays it's called Big Lots. It's your basic discount store that sells everything from food to furniture. Well, there was a PC game section there that I loved to go to and buy from. Normally it was just simple little puzzle games and stuff, but every once in a while you'd find some hidden treasure buried in there for a steal. Well, that day my life changed as a gamer. Dungeon Keeper 2, I said to myself in an evil voice. The name, the devil demon on the front with his horns and his awesome black armor and his giant scythe and this sexy bitch next to him barely wearing anything at all, it played on both my childlike wonder and fantastical amazement, as well as my prepubescent sexual curiosity. Upon inspecting the back, I saw dungeons and all kinds of evil creatures and the words, "Battle the forces of good." I'd never played a game where you got to be the bad guy before and get to be evil. This single childhood event could very well be the reason why I'm always evil in video games my first playthrough. Because being evil was always more fun, right? Well, I just had to get this game. I ran to my mom, clutching my newfound obsession, and begged her to get it for me. She looked the box over and said, "Yeah, alright. Demons and half-naked bitches aside." Yeah, my mom was cool like that. Well, I would have never imagined I'd still be going strong in this game 15 years later, and like wine, it has aged well. So, without further ado, let's take a look at it. This is the main menu. Normally it's all animated and awesome, but my screen capturing software was really giving me hell at the menu for some reason, so I just screenshot this part. Single player pits you against the forces of good. Build your dungeon, add different types of rooms and amenities to attract in more and more powerful, evil, and ultimately badass creatures to join your ranks. Train them, make them strong, and destroy the forces of good. Multiplayer game, that's a self-explanatory one. But then we have my favorite, My Pet Dungeon. I remember playing this mode for countless hours when I was younger. Basically, it's free mode, but with challenges. Build the ultimate dungeon with no time limit. Let's take a look at our first campaign mission.
Behold, your dungeon heart. Protect it well, for if it is destroyed, you will be banished forever from this land. Here walks the goodly Lord Antonius. 'Tis he who holds the precious portal gem. But only when you've mustered strength sufficient should you challenge him and claim your prize.
Oh my fucking god. The narrator totally makes this game. I mean, I could just sit here for hours listening to this guy talk over that gloomy, creepy music. So this is our dungeon heart. It generates mana, which you need to perform spells and other tasks. And these little fuckers are imps. They do all your bidding, namely mining out the walls to make new rooms as well as discoveries. As we begin, we have 2 rooms at our disposal, the lair and the hatchery. These rooms satisfy your creature's most basic needs. A lair to build a bed in and sleep, and the hatchery hatches chickens, their food supply. Yeah, living, raw, fucking chickens. Shit's balls to the walls. Different rooms you unlock attract in certain creatures. Our bedroom and hatchery has attracted in a goblin, our first creature. As we explore, we'll encounter enemy forces and engage them in battle. Sometimes you'll discover things like magical items.
I see you have discovered a magical item. Your creatures have been blessed with experience,
which can contain numerous different effects, such as leveling up all your creatures owned or reinforcing all your walls instantly instead of having to wait on your imps to do it, unit by unit. Eventually, when you've beefed up enough and explored enough, the boss will come. Defeat him, and you've bested the level, and it's on to the next.
Your prime task. Take him out. Bravo, Keeper. Lord Antonius is fallen.
Dungeon Keeper 2 is hands down one of my favorite PC games of all time. time, and it receives a well-deserved 10 out of 10 from me. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, gee, this game looks awesome and I really want to play it, but I don't have an old computer laying around, and the software is probably so rare and expensive by now. Well, you can head on over to GOG.com, that's GOG.com, and purchase a digital copy perfectly tuned to be played on Windows Vista and 7 with all the updates and everything pre-applied for, last I checked, $5.99. There's no excuse not to own this one, guys. It's amazing. Don't be turned off if you don't like RTS games either, cause I normally hate them, but this one plays so amazingly well that I imagine almost anyone would love it.
Now go and smite the forces of good in the name of evil.